Hi everybody! Today's video is a birth announcement video for our Give Thanks litter of mini Australian Labradoodle puppies. Hi, I'm Claire from Isle Labradoodles, and today we are just so excited to introduce you to our latest litter. These puppies are all mini Labradoodle puppies, and they are all Sable Labradoodle puppies other than one who is a caramel. So we are going to today just do a very quick video. We're going to quickly introduce you to each of the 7 puppies that Bernadette had, and we're going to give you their birth weights, their collar color, their pattern and color, and their gender. And then after that, we'll go right to our regular weekly video updates for this litter starting next week. So Bernadette, this is her second litter, and Bernadette is a beautiful little mini Labradoodle puppy. And Bernadette herself is a chocolate sable, and you can see that she has what is typical of the sable markings in that she has dark around her eyes, dark on the tips of her ears, and this is the color that she was when she was first born, this chocolate. And then sable morphs, it clears. And so now you can see she has this gorgeous, gorgeous reddish kind of color to her. And then in amongst that is some black, and black is what is part of the sable coloring. And Bernadette herself is a tuxedo, and that refers to the pattern of the white on her body. So she has big white bib like a tuxedo right around her neck as well, up her nose, on her face, and up all 4 of her paws, as you can see here. So she's just a real cutie pie, and she is being a great Labradoodle mama. Her last litter, she had just 4 puppies, so she took the first 24 hours just to adjust to being a mama to 7 puppies, and she's doing a fabulous job. She's eating well, she's doing great, she's happy to go outside to relieve herself, but she's very protective of the babies and here taking really good care of them. You can see all 7 of the babies are quite spotless, so she's doing a really good job in keeping them all clean. So let's go through and quickly tell you about each of the puppies. And what we're going to do today, and what we will do every week for our videos, is we will go through the puppies in their birth order. Now Bernadette may not like me holding the puppies up very much today because she is still so protective of them like a good mommy is. So if she doesn't want me to do that, we'll leave the puppy down and we will have the puppies up more once Bernadette is happy with that. One of my favorite things about Bernadette, which you can probably see throughout this video, is she has incredible eye contact. So when I'm speaking or dealing with the puppies, she is almost always looking at me, which is a really lovely feature. So the firstborn puppy is Orange Collar. And Orange Collar is right down here. And Orange Collar is a little girl. And she is just the prettiest color. So she is a chocolate sable abstract. And by abstract, we refer to the fact that she has some white markings, but they're not in a particular pattern. And you can see down her back, she has a dark line, and that is completely indicative of the fact that she's sable. And right on her face, you will see as well around her eyes and nose that she has a little bit of the darker color. So that is Orange Collar Girl, female. She is a dilute brown abstract sable, and she is 180 grams when she was born. All the puppies were below 200 grams when they are born, which is quite a normal weight for a large litter of minis. And you can see Bernadette's quite enthusiastic about making sure that her puppies are clean and tiny. Doesn't matter to her, she puts them upside down. Next, conveniently, is this little puppy here. This is Blue Collar. She too is a girl. This is a caramel abstract, or sorry, party. And a party is when the dog is 50% white and the rest is patches of color such as she has here. Now this little girl, you can see that her spots, they're not really dark at this point. These will darken up. She has quite a bit of color on her face, which you don't see too much yet, but around both of her eyes is good strong caramel. She has a caramel blaze on top of her head, and she has caramel around both of her eyes. And it is not the puppies who are shaking, it is me. My hands always shake, so if you see the puppies moving, that is not because they're shaking at all. That is me that is doing the shaking with my shaky hands, because I'm an old woman now. So this is Blue Collar Girl, and she weighed in at 157 grams. She is, no, she's not. She's the second smallest, but she's not the smallest. So we'll just put her over here, where she can just cozy up with Mama. She's having a sleep right now. She's already got all filled up at the milk bar. Next is Green Collar, which is this puppy here. And Green Collar is a chocolate sable party. And you can see, and Green Collar is a boy. He was the first boy in the litter. And you can see he has beautiful, beautiful markings. He's a very heavily marked party in that he has a lot of the color on him. Whereas the little caramel girl we just looked at there, Blue Collar, she has far fewer splotches of color than this fellow does. And we'll just turn him around here. Here you go, buddy. And then you can see on his face, you can see his ears are darker, just very similar to Bernadette's, and around his eyes as well. So that is where we can tell that we have some of the sable coloring coming through. And all these puppies have this gorgeous, really unique color of brown. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color. This will probably change over the next few weeks, months, and maybe even over the next year and lighten up a little bit. And Mr. Green Collar Boy, he weighed in at 194 grams. This is the biggest puppy in the litter. Hey, Green, there you go. And I should have said at the beginning, these puppies were born on Sunday, and today is Tuesday. So they are not quite 48 hours old because they were born towards the end of the day. So, but they're getting close to, they're around 40 hours old, so they're still very new. Next puppy is Yellow Collar. Yellow Collar is a girl, and just like Green Collar, she is a dilute chocolate sable party. And you can see in her color, it's a little bit more red, just a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. She too has quite a bit of color on her, but she's not as heavily marked as Green Collar Boy is. And you can see around her face, she has some of those black markings that I've been talking about for the sable. Beautifully marked faces on both of these parties, totally symmetrical, which really always makes them stand out a little bit. And Yellow Collar Girl, she was 164 grams. There you go, baby girl. Next is Purple. Purple is hiding down here, and she's having herself a little bit of a feast, so she'll probably not be too excited that I'm taking her away from the milk bar. Purple is the smallest puppy in the litter. She's just so tiny, she fits into my hand no problem. Now she too is a caramel party, and her spots are really light right now. So she does have a beautiful one here, 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 and I won't be surprised if we end up seeing a couple of more appear that are just not visible quite yet, because they do tend to come in light and sometimes totally, they're totally invisible at first, and then as the puppy gets older, they become more evident. So she does have caramel on the top of her head, around both of her ears, and I can't tell yet if she, oh, this eye for sure, she has it on this eye, maybe this eye too. So as she goes through the weeks that you spend with us, you will see that she'll develop much more color in her coat. So this one here is a little bit of a darker splotch, and so you'll see that the colors will come in more like this. So the little Purple Collar Girl was 149 grams when she was born. There you go, Purpy. Next is Gray Collar, and Gray Collar is a boy. Hey, buddy. Now this is the giant of the litter, and this is the only caramel boy of the litter, and I suspect that he is probably a tuxedo. I haven't taken time to really examine them all closely because they are just born, and we do like to let them spend time with mom and get all settled in before we start disturbing them too much. So he does have white under his collar here. He has white on his head, round his face. He has white on each of four of his four legs. And he does have a white chest. So he is a tuxedo. And he is a really pretty, really very attractive caramel color. Yeah, just a little golden boy. And Mr. Big Bruiser here, gray collar, he was 188 grams when he was born. And last but not least is light blue collar, who is also a boy. And these two you can see here, they look absolutely identical. And it's really funny because orange, which is this one here, is the firstborn, and light blue is the lastborn, but they are virtually identical. And fortunately, the first one was a girl, and the last one here was a boy, so then it was easy for us to keep them apart and know who was who. So just like orange collar, this is a gorgeous dilute chocolate Sable Boy. Beautifully marked, lovely symmetrical markings on his head. The white abstract goes over onto around his collar. He has white on his feet and then a beautiful amount of white on his chest and his undercarriage. Just a gorgeous puppy. And this little handsome fellow, he weighed 170 grams when he was born. So that is each of the individual puppies, and thank you, Bernadette, for letting me hold them all up. That was very generous of you. So the puppies, all they do right now is eat, sleep, repeat. That's it. And occasionally they set up a squawk when they can't get easily to Bernadette. But they're all doing really well. They are all eating happily and easily. They're sleeping well. Bernadette is just doing great, and she's eating really well as well. So we'll give you more information about each of the puppies, Bernadette, and all of the ins and outs of what's going on with them when we do our week 1 update. But this is giving you a chance to meet them all and find out what their genders are, their weights. And the other incredible thing about this litter was the first puppy was born at 8:02 p.m. and the last puppy was born at 9:09 p.m. So in 1 hour, she delivered 7 babies. That's really something. 7 babies for a mini Labradoodle who's usually around 18 pounds is an incredible large litter. And to do it all in 1 hour without any hiccups, no problems, is just really something. Bernadette, we knew during the day she was going to have the puppies, and then, oh, it's time. She came into the whelping room and poof, 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 poof. We just had puppies coming every few minutes. So she just did a great job, and many thanks to her terrific guardians, Edith and John, for taking such great care of Bernadette while she was pregnant, because it's obvious she was in excellent health, really good spirits, and that all helps to make the delivery go so much more easily for the girl. So thanks so much for watching. We hope that you'll subscribe to our channel so that you will be notified every week when we have another litter update for this gorgeous litter of mini Australian Labradoodles from our Give Thanks litter at Van Isle Labradoodles. Thanks so much for watching. Mommy loves you. Yes.